Hey, welcome back. So this is something that I want to talk about. If you have read my post and that I have in a WordPress that I've written, so an astrologer humiliation or is this plain hypocrite? So truthfully, this is something that I faced so many times. So not once, this is happening so many times, especially when I see when the youngsters interested into Vedic astrology or Western astrology, be it astrology, most of the time people always have that one word that always they say, oh, do you still believe in this? Why is that? Because it is already there for such a long time, and just because we are living in a technology world doesn't mean that we are supposed to throw it away, the knowledge that have been given to us. And just because people are believing that, it doesn't mean that they are very much low IQ, or they just don't really have any kind of education, or they maybe they are very much typical. So many things that I have faced just the moment when I just said I am into astrology, and they will be like giving that look, astrology, or are you are into believing all of that stuff? So, and most of the time I see this is coming from the own community, the own tradition that actually have this, which is Vedic astrology. And most of the time they don't realize that, and they will be saying, "Oh my God!" So this is something very weird that you're bringing this, because why not? And this happened to me again, which is in the recent time. So as you all know, I have in a new job right now, which is not for very long. So this job is like a temporary. So when the co-workers get to know that I am into astrology and I'm into believing Vedic astrology, and also into reach into doing all of this remedies and everything, numerology, and the first thing obviously it came as a, oh my God, that's so lame. You are still believing in that. So I just say that that is my belief, which has nothing to do with you. And you just came across my channel, and you are the one who came and asked me that, oh, is it you? This is your channel? So that person actually came across my YouTube channel, and obviously, the moment the person actually go through my YouTube channel, the person also go through the comments and also whatever that you all are actually commenting and everything. And the way the person delivered is not in a very good way, and it turned out to be the person is actually find it very weird. And obviously the person itself says that it's very unbelievable that you are very much talkative, and also you are very much you are a YouTuber. So that is something that very new to me to accept when people say I am a YouTuber, because I always say that I'm a astrologer, or probably I would recognize, or I say as myself as a teacher, or I'm just teaching. That's what I normally say. So it's a new thing for me to accept that I am a YouTuber now, and I'm doing videos in YouTube. So that's why I'm considered as one. So apart from that, in a real life, I'm actually very introvert. I mean, you all actually can sense that within from my own characteristics. So whatever I'm talking here, that's how I keep it that way within my niche. I don't really like to involve any else or even when I'm doing lifestyles videos, you would notice that. So in a real life, I'm actually not very talkative, so I don't really talk a lot. Whenever I just go to work, I just go and mind my own business, and whenever I finish, I just want to go back and do my own stuff. So I'm not very friendly, I'm not very much talkative to them. So when the person literally found out my channel, it didn't turn out really very well. And the way they just make fun, the mockery is something that I really want to talk about and point it out. So if you have to read the post, the in a WordPress that I've written, so you would know what I'm going to talk about. So I just want to point out that we all have different beliefs, we all have a different kind of living style. So just because you are seeing me every day at work, it doesn't mean that we are going to be the same. Well, I'm not. So I have my own belief, and I believe I came from a very much Vedic astrology family, and my ancestors, my grandparents, literally astrologers. So I believe in that. And that has nothing to do, even though my parents are actually quite not really into this stuff. It's, I know it sounds really something that it's not usual, but yes, because I was raised, and also when I was young, I was raised by my grandparents, so I literally live with them, and obviously they are, and also I'm learning from them, and I'm still learning. So I would never say I have learn all and then I'm teaching here. No, if you all know, we all are learning for like endless. Until my last breath, I'm going to be learning and giving my wisdom to you all as much as I can. And it is what it is. So when it comes to astrology, people always have this notion about that it is all, oh, you don't, it is not really happening, it is this, it is that, just because you see from someone else and it doesn't resonate with you. Probably you were meant to get that type of reading in your life, or it just didn't happen in your life for whatever that astrologer says or whatever the question you ask. So why you are blaming one thing for entire subject? So this is like whenever we are going to temple, if you all know Indians, when we are going to temple, we do a prayer. We will literally say our moon nakshatra, and also the pandits are actually the priest, just like the priest, and we'll say the mantra and how we will do the prayer in the temple, and we will put our hand on that prayer plate. I don't know how to say that, because in a way where we will say it's actually the way we will have lamp and everything, so we'll do that, and then the Pandit will be asking, so what is your nakshatra, what is your Rashi and Nakshatra, and we will say our moon Rashi and Nakshatra, and that is just because you are praying to the God to get that peace of mind. That's why in Vedic astrology, if you notice, astrologers will look at the first thing they will look at is not your lagna, is actually your Rashi sign, your which moon Rashi. Your moon Rashi represents the main thing in Vedic astrology. That's the first thing that they will be look, and then comes the lagna. Like, even though lagna is more important than the moon, because moon represents peace of mind and how the way you think and how you are going to act upon your mind. So this is why if you go to temple, you will also see there's a nine gragas is going on, and this is mostly you will see the 9 planets itself, even Rahu Kedu, even you will see that there is statue and everything. You will go around, people will do the prayer, and literally on Saturdays, Thursdays, according to the planets, once if Thursday is going to be Jupiter, if Saturday is going to be Saturn, they will put the lamp, because they are going through that certain sadisati, or Jupiter transit is not good, or that is not good, this is not good. They are doing it without they are realizing. That same person will be saying, oh, I'm not believing in astrology, but they forgot what they are doing is astrology. That is astrology. That is exactly the whole temple, the vastu, the every single thing is astrology. So this is why astrology and Indian culture is cannot be separated. It's actually very much interconnected. So whenever you are saying you are not believing it, let's just say that you don't want to get a reading, or you don't really interest into knowing the stuff or whatever it is apart from your moon nakshatra. So let's keep it that way. But it doesn't mean that you can go around and say that, oh, you are believing this stuff, something like in a mockery tone, something you are making fun of the person just for their belief, which has nothing to do with you. Just because you are not believing it, it doesn't mean that another person shouldn't be believing it too. So this is something that I wanted to point out. So whatever that we are actually doing, somehow it is related to, especially Indian culture. Yes, every single thing is related with astrology and everything. So if you are not interested, we should just better keep it within ourselves, and not to go through the words to other people in a way like it's fun. It's actually not fun. It's kind of like humiliation, just because you find it not believing that stuff or this stuff or whatever it is. Something like respect each other's belief, that I would say that. And I used to be, I really used to be very much shy, very much shame to even say when I was young, because the same thing. This is what that I experienced when I was young, since very young, because of the fact I have interest in Vedic astrology. I have interest, into Ayurveda, all the traditions, and people actually make fun of me being very much lame, very much low IQ, and I literally got all of this. You also, it's something that if you are born into Indian culture, whenever they say typical, it is actually not a nice thing. Whenever they say typical, it means they are looking at you like you are uneducated, you are something like very low IQ people, you don't really know, you are not like updated person, you are not into technology, all of this stuff. And Vedic astrology is also tend to be always into that level, that people will think as in that way. So to think that it is still ongoing, that is like really more, I would say painful, but it is more shame. Like, are we still in this level of IQ that we are thinking, just because someone is into astrology, just because someone is into traditions, it doesn't mean that you can judge them in that way. So this is the harsh truth about being astrologer, especially if you see within the Indian community. This is something like ongoing, like keep on going. And that is why, if you see in my early life, when I was in my childhood, even in my teenage, I never really say to anyone, I never really even tell anyone within my, even to my best friend. It takes years for me to actually say that I actually have interest in astrology. I'm actually studying astrology. My family's, I came from a family of astrology and everything, because I have fear of judgments. And now I feel like, no, why I should have to hide myself? This is not like I'm hurting someone or anything. This is also a knowledge, something that came from my tradition, something that came from my own ancestors and my own culture and traditions, which I should be proud of. But then every time, whenever people get to know, especially now, YouTube, it goes into people recommendations, and then people find out, oh my god, this is you, or you have a YouTube channel and everything. even though I didn't actually say it. I don't really actually say all of this stuff at the workplace, because for me workplace is just a workplace. I don't really like to get involved or saying what I'm doing in my personal life or what is my interest and everything. But then, YouTube is like a big thing. Everyone is watching me. So whenever people recognizing me from my YouTube channel on and everything, especially astrology, I'm talking about astrology, I finally accept myself that yes, I am an astrologer. I am teaching astrology. I love to share the content with the people who are resonating with the same interest as me. So again, the same thing happening whenever people are making fun of it, and they will actually go to the temple, they will actually do the all of these things without realizing it is actually astrology. But the same thing, they will go and humiliate others, and they will even say certain things that is not very nice to hear. So before you actually saying it, probably we really have to think, is it really good thing to say? Is it nice thing to say? If we don't have, I mean, that's a say, if you have nothing nice to say, it's better don't say it. And I always believe in that. So I have nothing good to say, I don't really want to say it. So probably it's time for each and every one of us to realize that everyone have their own belief, and just because we are not resonating with others, it doesn't mean that we can go around and make a statement or judgments of others, because that is one of the things that you don't really want to accumulate, and again have certain things that you need to clear off, which is not really very fun. So I, whenever people say they don't believe it, I accept them because that is their belief. But let me have my own belief and believe whatever I want, as long it is actually a knowledge that is something that I appreciated. It is coming from my grandparents and from my lineage that I born, which in this lifetime is given to me as a gift. So I'm sharing with other people who are resonating with me. So before we actually say, especially beliefs, each other have their own beliefs, and let's appreciate each other and respect each other's belief, rather than saying anything not really we want that, even though it's a workplace, co-worker, friends, or whoever it is, even though with your family. So I just, the hypocrisy is like very much obvious into astrology world, that I can see, as I said, in a Indian culture, especially you are born, especially people who are Indian, you are following Indian culture, you literally have in the lineage, your generations, you people will understand what I'm actually talking about. So yeah, this is what I want to actually say and point out, that just be yourself. It's my time to accept who am I, and I'm happy. I'm actually proud to say that I am learning astrology. I'm happy because learning it makes me feel like I am actually appreciating my lineage, and also I'm happy. I'm very happy to actually do the content for you all. Whenever I see the comments, the amount of appreciation when you all are commenting, it means a lot to me. Even though certain comments I have seen that it's not very nice, just ignore it. So I take what is good, and whenever people are appreciating, so we always say, take what's good and leave what is not really good for you. So that is how with social media, and also with everything in life, literally everything, every single thing in life, if it goes way too much, it is not good for you. So we have to know which one is good and which one is bad, and don't go over consumptions of about it. Anything that goes too much, it's never good, including the spirituality itself. So every single thing we need to know how to balance it. That's why we call it, we need to balance this, we need to balance that, we need to balance, we need to have a balanced life. I mean, why do you think we are saying that? It has its meanings. So yeah, there's I'm proud for being astrology world, into the occult world, and I'm not going to be hiding myself. If I want to hide myself, I would have never done this at all. So yeah, thank you.